Good evening and welcome to Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we link up business owners with your target market. My name is Omobolanle Adeshuye, and today on Business Hub, I've brought you another business owner. He is Bangboye Anuoluwapo, the head chef at Dundu, Nigeria. Good evening, Anuoluwapo.
Hi, good evening.
All right, so tell us about Dundu, Nigeria.
Dundu, Nigeria is a company here in Nigeria, precisely Ibadan. And basically we're into Dundu, and Dundu is fried yam. So we make Dundu with different kinds of...
Is it fried yam or fried potato?
Fried yam, fried potato.
Okay.
So we actually convert the local things. Yeah, so we package them, we sell to people.
The local things. So
the local
it
things
means
in the sense that we... actually, I have a friend who tells me, why do we keep eating the French fries we import into Nigeria? You know, sometimes they spend about 2 months, 3 months on sea before coming into Nigeria. And these are not fresh food. Why can't we promote our local ones too? We have the fresh yam, we have the fresh potatoes. We can easily convert, cook, fry, and
so
bake.
it means you do both Irish and sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Yes. So do you chop it that same way, because that's size is also very important?
Exactly, we do that. Yes.
Okay, so when did you start this business?
We started 2016.
That's 3 years now.
3 years.
How has it been so far?
Well, wonderful, awesome. The ups and downs of the business is there.
Okay, so tell us about the ups and downs, the challenges you've had to face in the course of frying Dundu.
Okay, at first when we started, it's really hard for people to accept what we do.
Why? It's food. So.
It's food, yes. But they don't see it coming actually, because they don't believe we can actually package and rebrand our stuffs and sell to people that way. So for them to accept the way we can change our things, and you know, it's more of you reorientating people on how to go about things. So it was actually a big challenge for us. Then I remember it was around December, so we went on a tour then. So we went to different shows. Then we introduced it to people. We give out some
in different states.
Yes, no, here in Ibadan basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So later we go to events. You know, we give out to people. Well, let them taste out of what we do. Yes.
Okay. So now, when it comes to this business, what does it take to start a business like this?
Well, number one thing is your business idea.
Okay.
So once you have your business idea, the next thing are the resources around you. Transfer for them.
Okay, so do you have people who work with you, or do you basically do the whole thing yourself?
Well, I can't do the whole thing myself. It's actually I'm a chef actually. So we cook. We have a cook. We have a head cook. We have other cooks. We have dispatch riders, and for outdoor caterings too, we have servers. We are divided into teams actually.
But you know, there was a time when it was kind of awkward to find a man being a chef, but these days we see a lot of chefs in Nigeria especially. What do you think happened?
Well, let me tell you one thing: the best 3 chefs in the world are male. So
excuse you?
Yes.
No, I would dispute that.
Make sure you do your research and check.
Yes, okay, I'll just leave it at that, because I want you to shine. You're my guest today.
Okay, but that's the truth now, because I don't see it being a feminine thing or a masculine thing. It's a normal thing for you to cook.
No, what I'm saying is, for instance, when you see things like hairdressing, things like maybe pedicure and all these things, there was a time it looked like it was for only women. Yes, women.
Female. Okay.
But now we see you see male hairdressers, you see male. It's amazing.
Well, I don't think there are restrictions to these things. It's about your interest. If you like to cook, go ahead and do it.
But you would agree that the change has really been drastic.
Change is constant and it should happen. So.
Okay, so starting a business like this in Nigeria, would you say it's lucrative?
It is actually, and that's the future of Nigeria, entrepreneurship. So starting a business like this, virtually everybody hits. Do you understand? So starting a business like this is lucrative here in Nigeria, depending on how you think, depending on how you want to expand your business. So it depends on the vision itself. If you think you can cater for 5 people per day, yes, go ahead and do it. And there are some people that cater for 50 people, 100 people per day.
And is it capital intensive?
Well, it is. Getting all of the equipment, some of the equipment are not made here in Nigeria.
Oh,
Yes.
to fry.
To fry,
Dundu.
yes, from the slicer to some other things.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because I was thinking you could do some of those things manually, pending the time you get the big, equipment.
Yeah, at a point it was a very big issue for us to get board, because we box a meal. So if you know, Nigeria doesn't produce boxes, so we need to import from
Really?
there. Yes, we
I
don't
know a
produce-
lot of
don't produce
cake
boxes.
bakers who make their boxes themselves.
No, we don't produce cardboard here in Nigeria.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't produce cardboard here
Sadly.
now, so sadly. So we need to import them, and before they start branding it and sending it out to us, so the cost is really too high compared to outside Nigeria.
But you can start small. I'm talking about for entrepreneurs
For
out there.
entrepreneurs, definitely you can start small. Start small. That's the best thing to do. Start small, then you rise.
So aside the dundu, the yam, I think the potato is the dundu itself. Or
No,
is the
that's
yam also
odukun.
called? Oh,
Yoruba,
odukun.
odukun.
Okay. Okay, so aside the yam, the potato, what are the other things you do?
We grill chicken. We have different things actually.
You're just you're making
Sausages.
some people hungry. It's,
We have sausages. We have peppered gizzard. We have grilled chicken.
okay.
Yes, soya beef.
And are they affordable?
Yeah, they're very affordable.
Okay, you do home delivery.
We do home delivery, and even inscribed on our box, we see a bit of everything. So in a box, you can have about 5 varieties of things in one.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, so do you like go to parties to also cook?
Yes, we do that.
Do you only do
Well,
domestic?
Yes, exactly. They do that too. We do that too. So we take orders and we go to events. So we cater for people there.
Okay, so do you give them like options? Sometimes, say for instance, someone calls you and says, okay, I want my dundu with, some ketchup. I want my dundu with
Yes.
some. Do you take orders?
Yes,
like
we
that?
take orders like that too. We
And
do.
you give people options.
Yes,
too.
we have varieties, so you can actually pick out of a whole lot of the combos we have.
So aside this business, is there any other thing you do?
Well, I'm a personal chef, so if you want to book, you book me. Then if you want to book the business, you do. You go strictly to Dundu, Nigeria.
But you're the head chef at Dundu, Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, so now looking at the food business in Nigeria, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the past few years, actually, things has really changed. And people are really changing the face of business here in Nigeria, especially food business in Nigeria. I know of a chef here in Lagos. He actually did a lot of things, and he went on a tour. He just finished a tour for about a month now. So he traveled out of Nigeria, did a lot of tour. And people are getting to know about our local dishes too. Yes. So we need to work more on our local dishes and, let the world see what we have.
But it's funny because when you go online and you see maybe some foreign blogs, they put a picture of a local eba and then maybe they wrap it up in one kind of shape and they call it one malikuta. You're wondering, this is eba, for crying out loud. So it looks like they are packaging our food even better than we do.
That happens when you don't value what you have. Only if you value what we have, they won't come back and tell us this is what this thing is called. We know this is called eba. So why would you have to come back and tell me this is malikuta elimama?
Okay, actually, it wasn't called that. I just,
Yes.
I was just
No, and I just
thinking-
added to that.
Okay, so now talking about branding, is there what are the challenges when it comes to branding? You just talked about the fact that when you want to brand your cartons, the packs of your food, you have to take them abroad and all that. What are the other challenges when it comes to branding?
Well, we have different challenges. Number one, it's about branding is basically about your identity, the identity of the company. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do something that actually looks like the other company. So you need to look for ways. So sometimes we stay online. We do a lot of researches and try to be updated.
And talking about research, there's one thing that some entrepreneurs do not do. That's a place of upgrading themselves, training, going for trainings. Do you see it that way too?
Well, anything you do, you should always be updated. You should know when to train for. You need to acquire knowledge because you can't have the best of it. You always have to keep, being your toes.
And what are some of the trainings relevant in the food business?
Well, sometimes there are new recipes, there are other ways to do things. More faster and easier ways to do things.
Okay.
Yes. And also, you need to know how to combine spices and herbs too.
Really? There are ways to combine them?
Yes, there are ways to combine it. Only if you know how to. So that's how to create your own recipe.
Okay. Yes. So I was going to say it because when you taste some particular foods in some eateries, you discover that they taste a particular way all the time. How do they go about it?
Well, that's the signature they have there. Because they don't want to taste like others, so they have to keep to that signature. So whenever you go there, even if you're blindfolded and you're given a portion of their meal,
yes, you can
and have to taste, you can always say, this is from this place. This is from this restaurant. So it's because they have a signature, so you have to stick to the signature. It's the recipe itself.
But don't they get to think that people can get bored and feel the same taste all the time? I just want something different.
Well, because most of the time they have varieties of that. So if you don't want this, you can always have this. So you're not restricted to having one. You can only speak about 3.
Okay, so I saw a documentary recently on how Nigerians were being advised to go for local condiments, local ingredients, as against all this, foreign curry, thyme, and all that. Well, what's your take on that?
Well, that's very true because basically in our own company we use organic things. Yeah,
really?
We source for organic stuff. Yes.
Okay.
From spices and herbs, we get them, fresh. So we use them like that. It's how do I say it? It's crazy when you have to get something from outside the world. We shouldn't be consumers. We should be the one dominating. We should,
but of course, that's another topic for argument because we know that Nigeria is basically a consuming nation. But we'll take a short break. We'll be back. We're still talking about food. I know some people are hungry, but we'll be back after this break. Please stay with Business Hub. Welcome back. We're still talking about business, about food on Business Hub on Impact Africa Television, IATV channel 181 on Star Times. And Bangboye Anuoluwapo from Dundu, Nigeria is right here with me. Okay, so talking about trainings, what are some of the maybe online sites that you can advise those who want to go into this kind of business to visit?
I wouldn't mention websites here, but we have different of them. We have different websites online. You can look for varieties, ways of doing things, advanced way of, cooking, grilling, boiling. Depends on what you want to do. Baking. If you taste cakes, cakes are quite different from what we have 1999. Far back 1999, cakes are as hard as stone, But now we have fluffy cakes. It's because, they keep improving on what to do. Do you understand?
So what are some of the trainings you went for before you became a chef, a head chef?
Actually, I went for about 2 trainings before then. I went to a friend who knows how to grill. So she taught me the basics of grilling. Then from there, I went for an online training to look for ways of doing things. Then I had it together.
But do you have a natural flair for cooking?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 11. That was the first time I made amala for my dad, and so it was really impressive. He was surprised when he saw me. Like, you really make this? And I said, yes.
You learned that from your mother?
My mother, yes. So most of the time, I'm always with her in the kitchen.
But the narrative is changing already, because for someone like you, you would be the one to teach your daughters, you and maybe your wife would be the ones to teach your children how to cook.
Definitely.
But do you see, what future do you see in food business in Nigeria?
Well, the next couple of years, we'll be outside there flying actually, because the world is waiting for a local delicacy. I know some of my friends. He came from UK the other time and he was asking for shaki onigbawe.
What?
Yes, his name is Alex. He actually came. He's a white man. He came all the way, and he was asking for shaki onigbawe. Can I have shaki onigbawe and eba?
But really, what's shaki onigbawe?
Well, shaki onigbawe is part
I know
of
shaki.
you know shaki.
Yes.
Yes. The other side of shaki is just shaki onigbawe.
Oh.
So he knows more than horse here. If a white man could come to Nigeria and ask for shaki onigbawe, and ask for roundabout, and ask for some other part of the meat, and ask for bokoto. Do you understand?
Why
So
is it
means
that
the world is
when you
waiting.
go to some restaurants, you have to fight a tough battle with the meat? Why is it that they don't have that? When you go to some others, you find that the meat are, tender. Why? Why?
Well, it depends on their way of cooking. Like I say, some actually needs.
What's the
they need-
duration, the minimum duration of cooking your meat?
Your meat should be like 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Depending on the size.
Depending on the size. And that was why you're advised to cut into bits. If you want to cook, it won't last more than 15 minutes for you to boil if you cut into bits. Yes. Some of them actually need consultants. They need to consult. But we all know how to cook.
They don't
in
want to-
Nigeria. They don't want to do that. We all know how to cook.
We don't want to pay. We don't want the extra coins
Exactly.
to fall. But
Exactly.
let's talk about, for instance, when you want to preserve your food. Now, this is for the average cook in the
Okay.
house domestically. How would you advise? Because sometimes you put the food in the freezer, the light is off for about a few minutes, and you discover that it's already sour.
Yeah. There's some food that are meant to be in the freezer. There's some that are meant to be in the fridge. There's some that are meant to be
Oh.
outside here. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Please.
There's some that are meant to be in an airtight container.
Okay.
Yes.
Expatiate.
Well, okay, let's start. If you have a fresh vegetable, you don't need to put in a freezer. You don't need to put in a fridge.
Okay. Does that
And
include okra too?
Well, okra, you can put okra in your fridge,
Not freezer.
not freezer.
Okay.
Yes. And if you have your tomatoes, if you have your tomatoes generally, you don't put tomatoes in your freezer.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the logic behind this preservation techniques?
Well, you need to understand what you're using, because there's some that are meant to be outside. Do you understand? Just need the fresh air and they'll be fine.
Okay.
And they could actually last for days.
Give us examples of those that you can just leave out there.
Okay, you can have your onions outside there.
Okay, yes, of course, I know about onions.
You can put your fruits outside there too.
Oh,
Yes.
like watermelon?
Yes, you can put your watermelon there. You can put your orange there. You can put your pineapple.
Ah, okay.
And they will last for days.
Okay, so let's now that you mentioned it, let's talk about this fruity.
But in the process, wait a minute, please. But if you actually convert a pineapple fruit, so a pineapple juice, you need to put it in the fridge.
In the fridge. Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it actually it went through something.
But there's always a lifespan, I understand, because
Yes.
sometimes when I make the smoothie, I discover that after 3 days or so, it's already, the flavor is already gone.
The best smoothie is the one you make right now and then you consume now.
Ah,
Yes.
so are you saying it cannot be
It
preserved?
should be freshly made.
Oh, okay. There's still so much to talk about, but we have to go. What would be your final words, especially to people out there who are looking to starting this kind of business?
Well, entrepreneurship is the future of Nigeria, and whatever you decide to do, please go ahead and do it.
All right, that will be it on today's edition of Business Help. I hope you've enjoyed every bit of it just the same way I have. I've been speaking with Bangboye Anuoluwapo from Dundu, Nigeria. My name is Omobolanle Adeshi. Good evening and bye.